I just got out of James Gunn's Superman movie. Let's talk about it. So Superman's about a... Yeah, that's me. You're probably wondering, how did this dazzling devil get all the way to Superman before covering the Suicide Squad? Well, hold on to your underwears because we're going all the way back. Before John Cena got popular from dancing around his underwear in Peacemaker, where he made a bald eagle fan favorite, his character was introduced in James Gunn's The Suicide Squad. And he managed to kill Rick Flag Jr., but what else can you expect from a film made by James Gunn? Back in 2016, David Ayer made Suicide Squad. There's a difference, and it's one word, the. When he made Suicide Squad, which is connected to the Snyderverse, his film actually made a decent amount of money, but the reviews weren't as good because Warner Bros. Took over his film and completely changed it from the vision that he put down on a piece of paper. It got to the point that after a while, since Warner Bros. Didn't release the Ayer cut, he kind of just disowned this version of the movie, sadly. But the one good thing we got out of this movie was Margot Robbie's Harley Quinn, and she is in this version of the Suicide Squad. What worked in this movie was the promotion for this film showed you that no one was safe. They promoted it like no one was safe. And they showed you in the first 15 minutes of this movie that literally no one was saved. It was a slaughterhouse. The way that they showed you that the stakes are high, characters are dying. This isn't casual. And obviously Margot Robbie works. She works very well as Harley Quinn, especially in her slaughter scene, where you saw the point of view from her of when she was slaughtering people with flowers and cartoons and butterflies. That was honestly a very interesting fight scene. And it was choreographed and it was filmed perfectly. Honestly, a lot of characters are good in this movie. Like Ratcatcher 2. She brings the emotions in this movie. Her backstory with her father. Everything going on with her and Bloodsport. Their connection, their platonic bond. The way that he looks at her, the way that he looks at his daughter, makes sure that he'd actually keep her alive by all means. He even states this, and she states the same thing to him. Their friendship is very cool, and I really hope to see that in future films. King Shark, voiced by Rambo and Rocky Balboa himself, he's a very cute, adorable idiot. I like King Shark as a character. I like the version where he's actually more intellectual. But this version was cute. It was adorable. The aquarium scene was actually cute until it wasn't. And you got Peacemaker, funny, charming, and brutal. He really balances it out well because he comes off as this dorky, idiotic dude that stands for the American way. And he comes off pretty hilarious and very sarcastic. But he's very brutal in the way that he gets stuff done. The way that he actually is a soldier. The way that he knows that everything about the mission is the only thing that he worries about is being successful on the mission. And Idris Elba as Bloodsport. Loved him as Bloodsport. I hope that the version of Superman that he put in the ICU with a kryptonite bullet is David's version of Superman. We'll talk about that a little later. And we got Starro, an alien version of Patrick Star. Cute and campy, but honestly, very terrifying if you really think about it. And his last line, I was happy, floating, looking at the stars. It really does show that Starro did not want to be this villain. Starro just wanted to stay in space and just live his life. But then the government got involved, took him, experimented on him, messed with him for literally 30 years. And it just kind of just made me feel bad for him when his end arrived. The things that did not work with this movie was fan favorites got killed. Fan favorites were gone pretty fast. And when I say fan favorites, I mainly just talk about Captain Boomerang, played by Jai Courtney. I loved his version in 2016, and I loved this version of him. I just wish that they gave him more to do. He was gone in like the first 15 minutes. And it really does make me sad because he had like one encounter with the Flash, but that was in Suicide Squad of 2016. Which these two are connected, but they're not at the same time. And Harley Quinn's romantic subplot somewhat slowed the film down a bit, but I feel like she needed that, especially since this came out after Birds of Prey, so it shows how she's been living her life single and learning from her mistakes from dating the Joker. But still, it kind of slowed the film down from like the main cohesive story going on at the moment, but this still actually worked with it. Just wish it was shortened a bit more. But getting that subplot did get us that amazing action sequence with her in it. So, I mean, I gotta accept it. And if you're not into James Gunn's comedy, if you're not into the gory stuff that he does, because he has done gore before with the movie Slither and with the movie Super. So if you're not into his comical scripts, if you're not into his form of gore, then this movie is definitely not for you. Because I understand how this movie is not really for everyone. And the standout moments in this movie was the fight with Peacemaker and Rick Flag Jr. and Rick Flag Jr.'s line of Peacemaker. What a joke. This actually pushes the story forward into the new universe because the death of Rick Flag Jr. is a critical part in the DCU actually moving forward. We'll get to that with later stuff. And Starro's death was very disgusting but beautiful at the same time. I did feel bad for him, but the scene was still beautifully made. The Peacemaker setup in this movie I liked. Peacemaker's motto of killing anybody just for the sake of it, just because it's the American way, shows how much this character is a hypocrite, and you get more of that when you get into the first season of Peacemaker. You learn more about him. James Gunn did set this up pretty well for this particular character, and the progression with him, we'll just get to that when we get to Peacemaker Season 1. And with this movie, how this actually does connect to the Suicide Squad. There's Season 1 of Peacemaker, there's Creature Commandos, then there's Superman in Season 2 of Peacemaker, which comes out August 21st. How this all connects is mainly through Rick Flag, through Peacemaker, which you guys will see in later stuff, later shows, later movies. My rating for this is must-see mayhem. I like this movie. I like what James Gunn does. Granted, sometimes the humor can get a bit excessive, but how he writes characters, how he fleshes them out, his emotion, the comedy, I enjoy it. Some people won't. Some people prefer Zack Snyder. I can't even divide like that because I enjoy Zack Snyder's movies. So, I want to know you guys' opinions. Comment below. What did you think about The Suicide Squad? What did you like about Peacemaker? Do you guys miss the Snyderverse? Just anything that involves the current DC or the Snyderverse DC, comment below what you care about. What you like. Do you like James Gunn? Do you dislike James Gunn? Do you like Zack Snyder? Do you dislike Zack Snyder? Comment below. Let me know. I'm always open to responding to people and having conversations about comic books because, hey, I really enjoy them. And if you guys really do care, next video is going to be Season 1 of Peacemaker. I'm going to dive deep into that, and I will have more to say. Because in Peacemaker Season 1, how James Gunn makes you guys appreciate and love such an unlovable guy blows my mind. John Cena, such a good actor, and he shows his range in Season 1 of Peacemaker, and I cannot wait to dive into that. So, if you like my vibe, comment below, like and subscribe. I'm James Hancock. Can't wait to see you guys in the next video.